second graders, it's Mrs. Demas, and we are going to do our math lesson for this week. And we have a couple vocabulary words that we're going to start with, okay? This math lesson might look a little reviewish to you because you probably have talked a little bit about estimation, ballpark estimation, and rounding just a little bit. I know you've been adding and subtracting 2-digit and 3-digit numbers, so this should be a little bit reviewish to you with a little bit of new concept, okay? And hopefully you can use it around the house, grocery shopping with your parents when we all are at the grocery stores together again. When you're older especially, I use it at the grocery store all the time, so it is a lifetime skill. Like if I'm looking for things and I'm kind of doing quick addition in my head, I'm using ballpark estimation to get those quick numbers in my head. And that's where your addition and subtraction facts come in handy also, being in your head, because you're just adding and subtracting in your mind rather than writing things down or using your handy dandy phone calculator. You're just doing it in your head super fast. And you're estimating, you're not doing all of those exact problems, okay? So today's lesson, a couple vocabulary words that we're going to use. We are going to use the words number model, which I think you guys already know what a number model is. You've been using them all year and you used them last year also. So here's your number model. It's a number sentence. In this case, 45 minus 19 equals blank. And the blank is obviously the answer. Equals is the answer. And then we're going to have our ballpark estimate, or estimation, estimate, okay? But before we do that, we have rounding to the nearest 10, okay? So we're going to practice with a few numbers that we're going to round to the nearest 10. Okay, so for the first one, 34. Easy. So I'm going to write that down. 34. Now, when I do this, I'm going to switch my colors to purple. I kind of have a purpley blue shirt on today. Okay, so 34. Okay, so I usually go in my tens. My tens. What are my tens? What am I speaking of? 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Those are your tens, which we already know what these are, right? So 34, my two choices are 30 or 40. Why did I start at 30? Because what does 34 start with? 30, there's a 3 in the tens column, right? So my first choice is 30. I can stay at 30 or I can jump up to 40, okay? So let's decide what we're going to do. So I'm going to go 30, line 40. What comes in the middle? What's in the middle of 30 and 40? What's the midway point? Is it 33? No. Is it 35? You should be nodding your head yes, because we all know when we count by 5, that's our midway. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and we'll stop at 50. So 35 is the midway point, okay? So the rule of rounding, and again, I think we've talked about this in the classroom, but just in case we haven't, just for review or in case you've forgotten, the rule for rounding, okay? And I can make lines, but I'm not going to write all these teeny tiny. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and then there's 40, okay? So I'm going to get a pink. If you are 30, 31, 32, 33, or 34, you're going to stay where you're at, okay? So I'm going to make an arrow back, stay. And I put this 34 here, too close. I need more space. Let me erase this real carefully. This is the beauty of having the whiteboard. I can just go like this, yay. So now I'm going to write that word stay. Stay at 30, okay? Ew, that looks like messy 6. Mrs. Demas, not used to writing on whiteboards because I usually have pencil and paper now. Okay, stay. How's that? So if it's 31, 32, 33, or 34, we're going to stay at 30. That's the rule. Now, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, where will we go? Will we stay at 30 or will we go up to 40? 36, well, I should start here. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. We're going to go up to 40, right? So I'm going to make an arrow from 35 to 40 and go up to 40. Okay? Now I put a short estimation. It's not really that short. It's kind of long and it gets a little bit toward the end. But I put a video with my math lesson to go watch right before my math lesson. Watch about the first 4 minutes of it. You can keep watching it all. It's about 5.5 minutes long, but then it gets a little bit, but it's about how to use ballpark estimation. So it goes with today's lesson, but it gets a little off topic towards the end. So, but this is kind of what it's, well, it's not really this. It's not talking about rounding. It's talking about ballpark estimation. Okay. So back on topic, please. So where's my black marker? My original number was, what did I say? 35. Yes. I had to look at my notes. Plus, let me say 27 equals blank. Okay. 35 plus 27. Okay, so I know 35. What will 35 round to? Oh, it was 34. I was like, wait a minute. Mrs.Demas, where? There we go. Where's your brain? 34. That makes more sense. What will 34 round to? 30, because it's a 4. So I'm just going to write it down right under it. A little arrow. 30. Now, 27, I did not draw a number line. So I'm going to use my rounding skills. What's the first number of 27? What's in your tens column? 2. So my first choice is, and here's what we did last year. We went 1 hair, we drew hairs. We did 20 or 30 for the 2. 20 or 30. Now you got to look at the 7. You going to stay at 20 or go up to 30? Who thinks stay at 20? Who thinks they're going to go up to 30? Because look at the 7. You have to look at the ones column. Remember, if it's, now this is going back to the other problem, if it's 31, 32, 33, or 34, we stay at 30. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, we go up to 40. So we're looking, let me get a different color here for you, at the ones column when we round to the tens. So it's very odd. When we round to the tens place, we look at the ones column. Okay? 34, we look at the 4, we round to 30. 27, the first number is going to be what? Is it, our first choice is 20 or 30. Look at the 7. Now, in my classroom, we said, what's it closer to? This one is pretty obvious. 27, how many hops away is it from 20? 7. How many hops away is it from 30? Well, let's see. 27, 28, 29, 30. It's only 3 spots away. So what's it closer to? 20 or 30? What's it closer to? 30, right? So I'm going to write that down. Okay. So I have 2 number models going on right here. I have 34 plus 27. Ballpark estimation is 30 plus 30. Well, what's easier to add? Is it easier to add this or this? Number 1 or number 2? What do y'all think? Show me your fingers. Number 1 or number 2? I don't know about you guys, but I think it's easier to add number 2 because it has zeros, right? This is a little more tricky because in your ones column, you've got 7 plus 4. Then you have to regroup and do all of that extra math steps. Over here, 0 plus 0 is 0. 3 plus 3 is 6. What's the answer? 60? Yes. Okay, so your ballpark estimation is 60. Now, I didn't do my exact yet. I'm not going to do it this way. This is not a good way to do it for us. And we've kind of moved to vertical. So I'm going to stack it, right? Let's stack it. 34 plus 27. Now, you guys have already had this lesson, right? What's 4 plus 7? I'm going to use my ways to make 10, okay? 7 plus 3 is 10. So what's 7 plus 4? 11. Put your 1, regroup the 1, okay? And then add your tens column. What's 2 plus 3? And then add 1 more. So that would be 5 plus 1 is 6. There we go. So what's the answer? We have a 61 for the exact. We have 60 for the ballpark estimation. Now here's what you're going to say to yourself. And I know we've talked about this in the classroom. These two numbers, sloppy arrows, these two numbers are very close to each other. How many digits apart are they? One digit apart. If we were at the ballpark, Comerica Park, and I'm sitting in seat 61, and my friend, which of my friends can be sitting over in seat 60? My friend Layton is sitting in seat 60. Are we sitting close to each other? Yeah, we're sitting right next to each other. She's sitting right next to me. Rosie, are you sitting right next to me? Mm-hmm. We are in the same ballpark. That's why this would be a ballpark estimation. Now, these numbers are right next to each other. Now, what if I was seat 61, and let's say Willa was seat 71. Are we still in the same ballpark? Yes, we are. We're only 10 seats away, but that is still the same ballpark, okay? So this was a lot of stuff to do for ballpark estimation. We're going to do a couple actually. Now, if you were watching, that's fine. If you were writing things down, that's okay too, if you were taking some notes. I'm going to have you get a pencil and a paper right now, okay? And I'll give you a second to do that because the next one I'm going to ask you to write down, the one that I originally started with. I'm going to have you write down with me, okay? So I'm going to put that down. I'm going to have you get your pencil and paper. Go ahead and do that. Let's see here. I'm going to wipe this one off so I can have a fresh slate. Did y'all get your pencil and paper yet? Yes? Okay, good. Good deal. How's everyone doing today? Today it's raining here. Is it raining down in Grosse Pointe? All right, because it's raining here. I'm not really enjoying the rain. Now, if you were listening to my other video, you would have heard that Teddy was barking like a crazy person. And now he's sleeping. Sleeping on the floor. He settled down. He finally figured, well, she's not going to give me anything else to munch on, so I'll just take a little rest. Okay, so you have your pencil and paper, right? I'm using my original that I started with, where it says number model, my number sentence, 45 minus 19. What's my ballpark estimate? Okay, so we're going to go back to our original 45. Now it's smack in the middle. So I can't really say what's 45 closer to, 40 or 50, because it's right in the middle. So I have to use my rule, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Those will go back to what we did last time was we drew the little hairs. I'm going to do it down here this time. 40 or 50. Oh, this red is not going to erase very well. I can tell right now I'm switching to pink. Okay, so 45. My two options are 40 or 50. 40 or 50. Okay, and that's for 4. So 45. Look at the 5. If it's 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, or 50, it rounds to 50. Did you all get that? Good. Okay, so 50 minus, we have minus this time, minus 19. Okay, that should be so simple because it's only one spot away from what? I don't even really have to think about it. 19 is right next door to, are you saying it with me? 20, right. 50 minus 20 equals. So I could stack this, or I could just use my basic facts. 5 take away 2 is what? 3. Yep. 0 minus 0 is 0. So 50 minus 20 is 30. That ballpark estimate was super simple. Okay, now I need to stack this guy and get an exact. This is your ballpark estimate. Now I need an exact, okay? When it asks you next year in 3rd grade on the NWEA test or on your M step, give me a ballpark estimation. That's your rounding. Give me an exact. Those are your exact numbers. That's what it means, okay? So I'm going to stack this up. 45. I'm going to do it way up top. Write this down on your paper too somewhere. Oh, that's messy. 45. Let me fix this a little bit. Minus 19. Now, remember Mrs. Green's song. Remember her chart, her anchor chart that she made for us to enjoy. Okay? Look at the top number. Look at the floor. If the floor is bigger, what do you have to do? Go next door, get 10 more. If I have 5 cookies, can I give you 9 of them? No. And someone better not be writing 4 down at the bottom there, because if I have 5 cookies, I cannot give you 9. There are not 4 left. Oh, that's not good math. That doesn't even make sense to me. What will I do? Now, I like how Mrs. Green did it this way. She circled her ones column like this so we can see it nice and clear. We're going to cross the 5. We're going to make a 15 up top right away before we forget. We're not going to forget about the 4. I've had some kids that do the ones column and they forget to do the 10s. Cross that 4. What comes before 4 when you count? 3. You had 4 sticks of 10. You gave 1 next door. Now you only have 3 sticks of 10, right? Okay. So, now we can subtract. This is why you want to memorize your basic subtraction facts. You don't even have to think about it. 15 take away 9. What is 15 take away 9? If you really haven't memorized that one, because that's a tricky, you go like this: 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Boom, 6. Okay? I'm going to put a 6. 3 take away 1, 2. The exact answer is what? 26. 26. Now, Mrs. Green, if you've already watched her lesson, she had a great strategy that she taught you this week for checking that subtraction fact. We're going to add to check. What are we going to do? Add to check it. That's only for subtraction. We're going to add it to check. You do the opposite to check. Okay? So, without being too tricky, I'm going to go on a whole fresh new board here. That way I don't trick you up. Okay? So we had 45 minus 19. I'm going to rewrite the whole problem because I'm on a fresh board. Okay? 26. Okay, I'll put this down. Here we go. Okay, that's the problem. Does that look familiar? So now, take your 26, put it up top. Middle, middle, middle. Middle stays in the middle. My subtraction sign got a little lost in the arrow. I'll make it teeny. Okay? 26. Whoops, that's a plus. 26 plus 19. Bottom goes to the top. Answer goes to the add end. 19 stays to the middle. Middle, middle, middle. What do you think this answer is going to be? Some kids just write 45, and I say, well, that's your prediction, but you have to do the math. Okay, do the math. What's 6 plus 9? 9 plus 5 is 15. Are we using our 10 strategy? Take 1, give it, there you go, 15. I did use my 10 strategy. 2, 3, 4. And what I would do is this 45 matches this 45. And there we go. Okay? That went all the way through, start to finish. We did ballpark estimation, we did subtraction, and we checked it. Okay, we're going to do another one. Okay? Get a whole, not a whole fresh paper, but get another clean section of your paper. Okay? I'm going to do another one that you can write down with us. Okay? If you were a little confused there, that's okay. We're going to do another one. Okay? And I believe we do go a little bit into triple digits here. Just a little. Okay? Just a little bit, not too much. Some of you are ready for that, though. I'm not too worried about you. I think you'll be fine. I'm going to give you a number model first. So get yourself ready. I have to clear my board. Okay. Let's see here. All right. My marker doesn't want to work on this. There we go. Okay. Let me turn my page. Oh, you know what? The triple digit is a try this. Okay. That's 126. 126 minus 48 equals, go ahead and write that down. Okay. I'll hide behind my board. 126 minus 48. Okay, write that down. Now, I'm going to give you a second to see if you can do your ballpark estimate. Now, the 48 should be so simple, so if you want to just do that right here, you can. Put a minus right about there, and put an equals right about there, okay? Now, the 126, is it going to be, you have two choices. Let me give you a second to think about that, okay? We're rounding to the tens, not to the hundreds, because some kids think, oh, it's 100 or 200. Nope, we're going to the tens, so it's going to be 120. What comes after 120 when you count by tens? Or 130. So what are my choices? 120 or 130? Okay, so I'm going to write that down. 120 or 130. Then we're going to look at the 6. Remember, when we round to tens, we look at the ones. Repeat the rule with me. When we round to the tens, we look at the ones column. Okay? Underline that so we can see it. Bink. There we go. 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We stay where we're at. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We go up. So we're not going to stay at 120 because this is a 6. We're going to go where? Up to the bigger number. 130. Did y'all say that? Good. So we're going to write down 130 minus who? 48 is closest to what? Simple. Did you all say 50 because it's only 2 places away? 50. Write it down. Good. Good deal. 130 minus 50. Now, again, some of you are using your basic facts. You're not even paying attention to the zeros. Who cares? What's 13? Take away 5. Well, there's a couple ways. You can go 5, give your head a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You can do that way. You can use your number grid. And you can go 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then put a 0 on it. So there's a couple different strategies here. Okay? Or you can do 13 and count backwards 5 spots. 80 is our answer because we had an 8 and then we just put the 0. There is my ballpark estimate. Okay? That's my about, not the exact. This will be the exact. Okay? So now I'm going to give you a second to write down. I have to clear my board here. Like when we play Quizmo. Clear the board, kids, clear the board. And everyone goes, ah! Okay. Let's see. I don't like the red marker. I'm putting a cap on that guy. 130 minus 50. 130 minus 50. 130 minus 50. Who could tell me what is one of the most important things when you're writing down a math problem? One important thing. There's a couple important things. Tell me one of them. I'll give you a hint. I'm going to go like this. What am I talking about? You don't have to raise your hand. You can just talk out loud because you're talking to the computer or to your iPad. Keeping your columns, what? Straight. This, I really like this paper because look what it does. It keeps the columns straight. Okay? So you can do that if you need to. And sometimes when I write my problems, I think I should have done that. So I want to make sure I keep my columns straight so they don't get all messed up. Because then once your columns are messy, your answers might be wrong. Not good. Okay. So, where am I going to start with my subtraction? Because subtraction. Ones, tens, or hundreds? Should I start hundreds? It's the biggest, right? Hundreds, right? No. No, 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 no. Where do you start? Ones. Let's say your columns. Ones, tens, hundreds. One more time. Ones, tens, hundreds. Okay? 0, take away 0 is 0. 3, take away 5. Now I just did 13 minus 5. If I regroup, that's what it's going to be anyways, but we'll go through the steps to practice. 3, I can't do it because I don't have enough. What will I do? Go next door and get 10 more. Cross the 3. make a 13. Cross the 1. What comes before 1 when you count? Nothing. Put a 0. Now I can subtract. 13, take away 5. We already did this, so we already know it's an 8. Does this match this? Oh, I just ballpark estimated twice. Well, now we really know it's right, so now let's do the exact. Duh. Mrs. Demas, you're doing your work twice. It's extra work, you know. Sorry about that, guys. Why don't you guys tell me? Where are my people that always tell me when I make a mistake? You guys need to raise your hand and tell me I made a mistake. This happens a lot. 126 minus, I was thinking that was really easy, by the way. Okay, does this look better? Mm-hmm. Vinny's barking upstairs. Okay, now this is gonna be tough. 6, take away 8 is 2, right? No, 6 cannot take away 8. If I have 6 cookies, I cannot give you 8 of them. There's not enough to give. So, go next door and get 10 more. Now this is gonna be extra tricky, probably why this was a try this problem. I'm gonna switch my colors. 6 turns to 16, cross the 2, make a 1. Did everybody already do this? Now I'm going to give you a second to think about this problem. This is a challenge problem for a reason. I want you to challenge yourself and see what will you do next. What shall you do next? Okay? Think about that for a moment. You can do 16 minus 8. Can you do 1 take away 4? If not, what step is next? Some of you I know have already done this, so go ahead and do it. Some of you, if you're stuck, think, okay, what did I do here? And can I do that same thing here? Okay? Okay, so are we ready to move on? So here's what we're going to do. 1 cannot give 4. So I'm going to treat it just like this. I'm going to go next door and get another stick of 10. Only this time it's a stick of 100, really, right? So I'm going to make this, instead of a 1, it's going to be 11. I'm not going to cross anything out there. I already did that step. Now I'm going to cross this out. What comes before 1 when you count? 0. Does that look familiar? So double regroup. Double regroup. I had to borrow twice, and I had to cross everything out. So this is why this was a challenge problem. 6 turns to 16, cross the 2, turns to 11. 2 turns to 1, which turns to 11, cross the 1. Okay, now I can subtract. If you got lost in this, don't worry about it. You will see it a lot in 3rd grade. This is a big 3rd grade skill. Okay, 16 take away 8 is 8. That's a double. 8 plus 8 is 16, right? 11 take away 4 is 7. And I know that right away because I've been practicing my facts. 0 take away nothing is 0. Do I have to put the 0 there? Not really, but I can if it makes me feel better. Some kids say, can I put all the zeros here just so I see them and it's like a placeholder? Absolutely yes. Does it get marked wrong if you don't do it? No, it's okay. But it's there just in case you need it, okay? All right. That is your exact number for this challenge, try this problem. Okay, so now we put, oh, Teddy woke up now because Finny was barking. We put some problems with QR scanners on our document, the 2nd grade learning document for this week, okay? Some of them are tricky, like this problem where you had to regroup twice. I don't know if there's any ballpark estimation where they're quite that tricky. They might just be subtraction problems, okay? But practice your ballpark estimation skills. Practice saying to yourself, if it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, stay at the group of 10 where you're at. If it's 27, well, that's a big one. If it's 23, stay at 20. If it's 27, what will you do? 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You go up to 30. So kind of practice those things. That is a big 3rd grade skill. Ballpark estimation, rounding, triple regrouping, double regrouping, where you go next door and get 10 more. Another skill, which I don't want to scare you off with too many skills this week, but 3rd grade is a big math year, okay? is double zero regrouping, where you've got like 300 minus 19. That's a toughie. So if you're really good at this kind of stuff that we just did, if you're really good at these, like you got this down, like you're ready, then you can start something, have your parents write you down, or you make your own problems. Be a mathematician all by yourself. You can write down 300 minus 52, whatever you want. Okay, keep your columns straight and go to town with stuff like this. Okay, kind of tricky. The zero business is trickiness. Okay, so see if you can do this. This is a big third grade skill. If you get frustrated, that's okay. That is part of the learning process, is frustration. And then guess what? You will learn it and you will remember it, so no worries. Just very quickly, can 0 give 2? Of course not. The first 0 turns to 10. Okay, this 0, does he have anything to give you? No, he's 0. He has nothing to give. So there's 2 different ways, and I've taught this both different ways. For children, the way I've had the most success with is saying, well, this guy has nothing to give. So this is 30. I'm going to make it a 29. Done. You could make it a 10 and then make it a 9 and go next door. But we have taught it in one big step just like this. 10 take away 2 is 8. 9 take away 5 is 4. 2 take away nothing is 2. And there you go. Double zero subtraction. There is a little bit longer way to do it where you make this second 0 a 10 and then you regroup again and make it a 9. So there's a 2-step part there also. Okay? And I'm sure your parents would be happy to show you both ways to do it. This is not really second grade. That is a challenge second grade step. Okay? But if you're looking for harder stuff to do, there you go. Write down some double zero problems and have at it, because your third grade teachers will be ecstatic that you already know how to do double zero subtraction. That is a hard skill in third grade to teach and to learn. Okay? Keep practicing your subtraction facts. Keep practicing your addition facts. We are going to be starting some multiplication, simple arrays, some 0, 1s, and 2s, and 5s, and 10s next week. You have an array concentration that you guys have been playing, hopefully, this past couple of weeks. So we're going to start by talking about that next week, all right? So keep going on all of the subtraction and the addition, and you guys are doing an awesome job. We're so excited at all of your learning that we're seeing. And that's it for this week. All right, I miss you guys so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of your math progress. All right, take care, you guys. Bye-bye.